Thank you for tuning back to Fordham's Breakfast Club. I'm Jay Piguero, and I'm with
Julia Seabode.
Hannah Crean.
Today, we will be discussing our favorite breakfast cereals. So, what are your favorite breakfast cereals?
I'm going to have to start with Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. Why is that?
Because they're magically delicious, obviously.
I'd agree.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really go wrong. Definitely not the healthiest option, but...
Well, yeah, just to preface this whole thing, I feel like none of these options are really the most healthy,
yeah,
but...
no cereal is.
Exactly. That's the best part.
When parents are like, no Lucky Charms because they're not healthy. Oh, are you really going to find a better option? No. But now they actually sell just the marshmallows. I think Kylie Jenner
Really?
got a big box of just the marshmallows. I don't know if she's special, so if she's the only one that got them. I don't know if you could purchase them, but
She might just be selling them.
of course, they get everything.
All right, another breakfast cereal, one of my favorites, that there's a bit of a debate. My favorite, I would say, is Honey Nut Cheerios, but people like their own Cheerios regular. You know, I think they're sweet, they're delicious, but I don't feel as guilty as eating, a full marshmallowy deliciousness if you eat Lucky, as you would if you had Lucky Charms.
You know what I used to do? I used to eat regular Cheerios and put sugar on it.
Why wouldn't you just eat Honey Nut Cheerios?
Because my mom wouldn't buy them.
My mom actually
That was my mom's favorite.
My mom used to put sugar on our cereal too when we were little, which is like terrible.
That defeats the whole purpose.
I know.
Just get
It's
Lucky
gross.
Charms.
Gross.
And it would be like grainy. Does the sugar even dissolve in the milk?
No, but when you're like 5, who cares? You like eating just raw sugar.
Well, I have to say, the best cereal ever is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
CTC.
By far.
I'm not a cinnamon lover, so I don't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Very unpopular opinion, I know. But
Why not?
I just don't like cinnamon. And I think the advertisements they have with the little eyes on the individual pieces of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I just think that's horrifying. And they eat each other in the ad. It's just very strange.
That's true.
I never even looked at the box. I just eat them.
No, the commercial. You gotta YouTube. If anyone out there is listening, you gotta YouTube the Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercials. They're actually horrifying.
For me, Cinnamon Toast Crunch falls into the category of cereals that is almost as delicious after you finish it, and it's just the milk. Because Cinnamon Toast Crunch milk, that's like sugary cinnamon milk, I like.
The best milk
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, I would agree. I also have to argue that Cocoa Puffs milk is pretty good. Or, Cocoa Krispies.
Ooh, that's really good. That's really good.
I have heard that milk is divine after. Yeah, my old roommate, actually, she would eat the Cocoa Puffs with milk just basically to drink the milk, which I thought was very strange. Just have chocolate milk, but
Why not?
There's something about it, I guess.
I think it's something with all cereals though. They give milk a certain taste, and most of the time it tastes really good, except for like I think the rice. No, the Fruity Pebbles. It tastes like medicine.
Like it's chemically.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, question, unpopular opinion or not. My brother, when he was little, which is also, I think, a pretty psycho move, would make himself chocolate milk and then pour it on top of his cereal. So any type of cereal, like Cinnamon Toast Crunch with chocolate milk. What are your thoughts?
Did you try it?
No, I refuse.
Sounds good.
I don't know.
I don't see myself ever doing that. I think that's a lot to handle. I'm a big sugar girl, but I don't think I could handle that.
That's like a sugary explosion.
But at least he was young. My dad actually recently, I was home for a weekend, and he came into my room in the morning and woke me up by showing me that he had poured chocolate syrup all over his bowl of Lucky Charms. And that made me immediately nauseous. And I love Lucky Charms, I love chocolate milk, but that's too much.
That reminds me of Elf. In Elf the movie when he has pasta and he puts maple syrup all over it. His favorite food groups are sugar and candy.
Oh, yeah. Going back to the fact that milk is better, I guess, is the, we already mentioned cocoa, but we already talked about Cocoa Puffs. But I think what's kind of scary also is, what was the cereal that they were shaped like fruit? I can't remember. Trix. it would turn.
Wait, I do know what you're talking about.
Yes, it would turn the milk a different color, which I think is just gross and kind of scary.
And it was a mixture of every color, so it was kind of like
Brown.
a grayishy, brownishy color.
Yes, and then it tasted like fake. I don't know. It was just horrible. But
I haven't had Trix in so long that I don't even remember. But actually, one of the most interesting cereals that I've had is cereals that I could hear them. Can you
What's
guess?
a classic
Can you
example?
Guess? Can you guess?
Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies.
Ooh. Have you ever had like somebody just sit next to you and they have a bowl of Rice Krispies and you could just hear them?
Ooh.
You're like,
Are
what's
we
that?
making
Like,
an ASMR video?
No, the sound is very satisfying. Very satisfying.
They
the
sound
jingle,
great.
The jingle they do, unbelievable.
But do they taste great?
No, they suck. But if you make them you can use them to make Rice Krispie treats, which are fire and
True.
Big facts.
yeah. But the sound, they're boring. I think they're very boring, but the sound definitely adds to the experience. And
Another thing that could be considered boring, and we'll just bring it back for those of you who are just joining us right now. This is our Breakfast Club podcast where we go through all of our favorite breakfasts, and this week we are on cereals. I have to say this is a boring one, but I mean, opinions are mixed. Cornflakes.
Ooh. Where was Tony when they were making cornflakes? Like, come on.
Tony the
I
Tiger?
think that where was Tony the Tiger? What happened? I hate how cornflakes taste. It was my mom's favorite though, so I always had to eat them, and I'd add a little bit of sugar.
They are a
behind her back.
go-to. They're classic. They're, I guess on the healthier side because they're not doused in sugar like Frosted Flakes are.
yeah, but that's why they suck. So, but Frosted Flakes, Tony the Tiger is amazing. I think they're very underrated, honestly.
Well, Frosted Flakes are just great.
That they are.
Yeah, really.
I would
Really
argue they
great.
had some of the best commercials too growing up. It was always like Tony on the soccer field. Like after a great bowl of Frosted Flakes, you could conquer the world.
Yeah, very active, burning
Yeah.
off those calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just great.
Yeah, but I think that is going to do it for us today. Any last thoughts on cereals before want to plug any of your favorites before we go?
Try them out. Try out all the ones we suggested.
Definitely look up the jingles to the different ones. Lucky Charms, they're magically delicious. You got to look at that.
Ask your brother for the recipe. I'm definitely gonna go for that. That is a must do. Don't forget.
I will. I'll see if he uses, the liquid Hershey syrup or the powdered Nesquik syrup. I'll get all the details.
Please do.
All right, so check back next week and you'll be able to maybe try out Julia's brother's concoction. So that's all we have for today, but we will see you next week.
I will let y'all know how that tastes.